Let's get into the next story. This next one here, oh my gosh, mail-in ballots. It's something going on fishy. I know in California, we have a guy named Spritzer Brat. He was in first, then he drifted to second, and then he got in by week two. He's in third place and losing by a couple of thousand. I called it. It happens every time a Republican makes a headway and he makes big news. It seems like he drifts after second week by losing by a couple of thousand voters. It's odd and it's very peculiar because it happens way, way too often. It says here the Supreme Court ruled that some states can keep counting mail-in ballots after the election day. This is creating a major debate. Some states allow ballots arriving after election day to count. Still, you have others, they're keeping their own rule. It says here the court allow those rulings to remain in place. Trump allies push for stricter deadlines. It says here that election agencies' concerns remain high. Of course, we have to be concerned. We have to be concerned because fraud and abuse are happening rapidly throughout these states. It seems like we're getting the data from Republican states, but we know it's happening in Democratic states as well. And just imagine what happened that Kamala only won states that didn't have voter ID. Something's going on. Something is going on with these mail-in ballots. It's taking too long to count. And we're in 2026 and we all have phones. We all have these things and they're taking weeks to count stuff. And it's funny, guys. It's just weird. It's weird. It's just telling you it's weird. Why conservatives are concerned? Many voters want clear deadlines. Trust in elections remain a major, major issue. It says here late ballots create suspicion for many Americans. And it definitely does. When everything else happens, you got this microwave moment, this quick moment, and now it seems like, it's just all of a sudden changing. Election day should be election day. How about that? Doesn't that sound right? Election day, and then you get a winner right away. That's what we want, right? You get a winner every day. They're still counting votes in California. Mine Gastel says they're still counting votes right now in California. This is ridiculous. This is unprecedented how this happens over and over again. It's just sad. Americans want secure elections. Clear rules build trust. Why it has to be so complex, guys? So complex that yet people forget about the whole thing going on. They still counting ballots. They're still filing ballots. It doesn't make sense if it's in-state mailing. If this is in-state mailing, no way it's taking weeks for someone to get their mail. I mean, it's for them to count the ballots. And they're using machines. They're like they're using real people. They're using machines. They're scanning everything at a very high rate. This is one of those things that I'm telling you is transparency matters. And I think they should have cameras everywhere, and they should be having the transparency totally there. Why should Americans wait days to know election results? That's the question millions of voters are asking. I'm asking that. Why we have to wait days, and even in California, sometimes couple weeks. And it always seems like lately, these past 10 to 12 years, that a Republican has been overtaken by a Democrat. I've never seen a Democrat being overtaken by a Republican. It's the weirdest thing. I'm telling you. If you watch them and you listen how they even talk about it, they talk about it like, oh, they're gaining ground. Then all of a sudden you wake up, boom. Oh, they won by a couple of thousand. Over and over again seems very strange. Very strange, guys. It says here that election day holiday. Oh, so everyone has the day off. Oh, that sounds good. Election day holiday. And I see that, yes, a clear time to have all counts in. It's in state, right? I mean, maybe one day, but I'm telling you, fraudsters like that time so no one can see them in the middle of the night. Because that's what happens in California. Boom, you wake up in the morning and all of a sudden they have something there for you. Oh, a new change in the ballots going on here. Mike, because lazy people would still show up late. Lazy people would still show up late over and over again. It seems suspicious, though. It seems very suspicious there. I'm telling you, over and over again, I noticed that it seems very suspicious. And I've been watching it very, like, these past 10 years since Trump won. That's what I'm saying, 10 years, that I'm almost certain that I've watched this very closely and I see it. You get this one guy and you go, oh, he has a shot, a Republican. And then all of a sudden, it's like he's leading. He's like, sometimes he's even leading by a good amount. And they slowly lose ground. And you say, okay. And then by week 2, week 3, it seems very strange here. Well, you 18, right? You should have finished high school. Okay, here we go here. All right, let's see here. It seems like it's just very strange.